I I think it's working. Hello, hello. Um, I doubt anyone's going to join this, but figured I'd just do something. It's 3:30 in the morning here. I can't sleep, so I'm playing Plague Inc. I played it way back when, got through all the way up to the Nurox worm. I started playing it again earlier, however long ago. Got through the Parasite, got through the Prion, moving on to the Necroa virus now. We are only playing on not easy, normal, because I'm bad at games. Such is life. So, I tried it a couple times, and I felt like I wasn't really doing all that great of a job. So, for a similar reason, viruses, the normal virus, was pretty hard for me, because the way I like to play is I like to have just boosted transmission for a lot of it, and then as soon as like everyone's infected pretty much, then I start doing symptoms and everything. And in the viruses, if they mutate a symptom, it costs DNA to demutate it, as opposed to refunding it like the other diseases do. So I usually have this, the Darwinist, because that makes stuff mutate more often, which then lets me get free DNA points pretty much. But it's not how it works. But I'm kind of like iffy on whether or not I should take it off for this one, because it mutating is really good. Like later on, after everything starts turning into a zombie, but I don't know if it's worth hanging on to it in the beginning. So I think for this run, we're gonna try it without, and I can sort of compare. I think I'm gonna keep Aerosite because I would really prefer Aquasite, because the places I always end up needing to get to that I can't get to are always over water. But I prefer Aerosite over Terrasite, so we'll keep Zero File because there's no reason not to. And I don't have any of those unlocked yet. Again, I'm playing on normal. I'm bad at games, but I want to be able to unlock the next one, and I'm not turning on pity mode because I'm not that bad at games. Alright, we're gonna random a bunch. Pyrochuckle is what our zombie virus is called. So, the last few games I was starting in Iceland or Greenland, but I think I'm gonna come down here and start in one of these islands. So I think I might I think I'm gonna start New Zealand because it has a port and an airport. It makes it more likely to be able to like move around on its own. Hopefully that'll work out. So this also has like completely different tabs than the other things have, the other disease types. It's a little loud in my ear. Give me a second. We'll just turn that down to like 30. Or actually, we'll turn this back up. I was. I think it was at 50. We'll just turn down the music. So I think the music's what's bothering me. Turn that down a little bit. Oh shit, was it? No, okay. But like everything else has like vastly different symptoms and transmissions. So I think I'm gonna go with the saliva, because that's 2 upgrades away from being able to transfer over water. Yeah, so I'll go ahead and get this, and then you can see after I do this, increases infectivity, especially in humid environments, and ship transmission. Ship transmission's what we're going for in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it on fast forward because the game takes so long the way I play it. I don't know if that's how you're supposed to play it or not, but that's how I play it. So paper cuts can kill. Fun fact. I do really like reading like little news segments every now and again because some of them can be really funny. First public chicken crossing declared in Peru. And apparently there's also a magnetic field shift. Why? So right now we're gonna go ahead and grab that. We're just focusing on getting our infectivity up. So I went with the blood because not only does it just help in general, it unlocks the air transmission, which will let me travel through planes easier, which is always good. This one over here makes it to where it can go across different species. So like it'll be able to go to like rats and birds and ticks and stuff like that. But you can see down here, it increases mutation chance, which is something that we were trying to hold off on right now, because we don't really want it to make any of these symptoms worse, because it'll cost me money. It'll cost me DNA points to devolve it, and then that's just, it's a losing game. But it also increases future research speed. And what that is that's this over here. That's the research on the cure. We don't want them to cure the disease. Then we lose. And I don't know how much you know about video games, but don't want to lose when you play them. Earth isn't a planet. Also, science body claims. Doesn't specify which body of science, but one of them. Okay, so we'll go ahead and grab air transmission. And right now it's just kind of a waiting game. We're getting the DNA points. Our infected hosts are starting to rise a little bit. And we can click on this and we can see that it is it's an urban country and it is a rich country. So something else we can do is we can come over here in abilities, and there's this one, drug resistance. And you can see it increases the effectiveness in wealthy countries, and that costs 9. So once we get one more, we'll go ahead and get that purchased. So we'll go ahead and grab that, and that should help us out. Virtual reality wedding. Has there been one of those? I bet there has. So yeah, you can see the infected not going super fast, and so it's beginning to spread. I would argue that it was beginning to spread after it went from 1 to 2, but you can see, like it was saying, the spread increases exponentially, so the more people infected, the more interaction it gets, and then that number will just keep going up and up and up and up. And hopefully, so there's this down here, the severity, and that's kind of just how like noticeable it is. So obviously there's the infectivity, which is how infectious it is, as it says in the little tooltip. And so that's how easily it goes from one person to the other. There's severity, which is kind of just like how obvious it is and how like scary it is. So like something that causes a cough isn't going to be that severe, but something that causes skin lesions is going to be more severe because it's a lot scarier and it's a lot more obvious. Whereas if it's just a cough, people cough, it happens. And then there's lethality, which is how quick it kills. I couldn't decide if I wanted to say quick or like violently, because like in some of the other ones, the ways that the diseases can kill is like, oh yeah, it can just like, you just kind of, your organs just give up, and you just die of everything, and it's like, yeah, I mean, that is how that works. So yeah, we'll get back onto this screen so that we can keep going, and you can see here, this is all the different countries. It'll tell you, and up here you can see, so these are all the cold countries. Is this the hot, or is this there's hot, but then there's also arid. I think this is hot. Yeah, hot countries, and then this is arid countries. This is humid countries. These are poor countries, wealthy countries, rural, and then urban. And each has like their own thing that they like. Like poorer countries really like the like insect sort of infectivity situation. Yeah, and so that's saying that if we click here, we can click this and it'll show this map or this screen, but just specifically for this country. You can see its land borders are open, which good luck with that, but its ports and its airports are also still open, which they should be. It doesn't know that we exist yet, which is why I like keeping the infectivity really low. The lower the infectivity, the less likely people are to realize you exist, and then you can infect a bunch of people before they even start working on a cure. What was that saying? Ooh, someone took a flight to Japan with us on it. Love to see it. So, what kind of country is Japan? So it's rich and urban. So we can't really do much with urban yet, I don't think. So blood spreads in poor countries. Air helps with arid. Water helps with humid. Can do some fun stuff with other things. So the urban transmission is helped the most by, I think it's rats, and we do that over here, which again we are wanting to wait for. So like I said, it's just a waiting game. We're gonna go ahead and go to the fastest fast forward we can get. Really chugging along. It's been almost a couple years already. We've infected thousands. So this is what I was talking about. So it mutated by itself, and so what that did, that increased the severity. And if I wanted to devolve it, it would cost 7 DNA points instead of just like how getting it would cost DNA points. And you can see when I mouse over it, or when I select it, it increases severity. I was kind of hoping it would hit this one first, because this one does help with the infectivity, but this one also leads to cannibalism, which helps a bit as well. So now I have the decision to make of if it's worth de-evolving this symptom to keep it under the radar longer. And I'm gonna say, specifically because it did insomnia instead of hypersalivation, that it is worth devolving. Because, like I said, this one doesn't help with the infectivity at all. It's just gonna get it noticed with essentially no benefit. So I think it's worth spending the little bit of money to keep it just under the radar for right now. And hopefully it'll get off the islands and spread to at least one of the mainlands. I'm hoping for maybe getting into Africa. A lot of population. It's a little bit of the easiest to spread around, but we went to the US instead. Ooh, and we got New Guinea as well. Never gonna be unhappy about getting to one of these islands about, like the Caribbeans, Iceland, Greenland, Madagascar, because those are just some of, oh, okay, so we jumped around a little bit. They're just always the hardest to get to, which, since we're playing it in this one, we do end up getting an ability that lets us kind of wander around. We have 17. I'm gonna go ahead and grab heat resistance, and since we can afford it, cold resistance, just get a little bit of resistance across the board. Keep us spreading fairly easily in these new climates that we just jumped to. And I mean, as you can see, we are infecting a lot of people very quickly. No one's dead yet, which is a good thing, because people dying is obviously gonna get noticed. Yeah, so that's talking about this over here, where you can see all these healthy countries that have no disease in them. But as you can see, we've got a decent amount under our belt already. We got Indonesia now. Germany. Oh, we are picking up. We are more infectious than tuberculosis. Hell yeah. Love getting to Iceland. We're at 14. Is there anything worth buying right now, or should we just sit on it? Think we're gonna go with the expansion. Just get that little bit more of infectivity and just kind of let it bounce around a little bit more. Cold countries are getting colder, so see, it was a good thing we got that resistance. Alright, so we're spreading pretty well, more infectious than HIV, so we're gonna drop down to the second fast forward. Or first fast forward? Second? I'm dyslexic. I read from right to left sometimes when I'm not supposed to. Right, and so at this point, we're not really going to be buying much else for a little bit. What we're going to want to get at some point is this, which is going to like sort of jumpstart our um, mutation. Because you can see here, that's all it does. It just increases the likelihood of mutation during transmission. So we're going to be getting that at some point, and we will also grab this, as well as some of the other things around it. But I want to wait just a little bit longer before we do that. There's like a couple things, like if we get to some of these other islands and I feel like we've got a decent enough coverage, I'll go ahead and jump into it. Or if we mutate a symptom just by ourselves, because at this point I don't think it would be worth de-evolving it for money. So hypersalivation symptom, so we are going to go ahead, and since that popped up, it would cost 8 to get rid of it, but we're fairly around. It helps with transmission. I'm going to go ahead and grab this, which is going to help our transmission, but it's also going to help us mutate a little bit more. And then I think I'm tempted to go with bats because it has the biggest tick on this bar, even though it doesn't specify. It helps anywhere specific. So you can see here the rodents help in urban, birds just help in land transmission. So what that means is that, like, going from the US to Canada, that's a land transmission, or the US to Mexico, or like stuff like that. And then we have mosquitoes or insects in hot climates, so what that helps with. So, but I think, so how much is this right now? This is 26. I could, no, we want to focus on infectivity still. We'll go ahead and grab that. We'll grab this next, most likely, if we get noticed. Which that pop-up might have been us getting noticed, because what we want to do is we want to try and beeline down to the zombie disease once we get noticed. I am also going to go ahead and grab this. It's going to decrease research speed once they do start researching a cure, which as of right now they're not even worried about doing that. But yeah, new minor disease spreading. It was found in Japan, which was the second place we got to, if you remember. And so we have been noticed. Right, so New Zealand has started working on a cure. So if we come over here, you can now see that the cure will be done in 11 years. So that's still a lot of time, theoretically, but it's not going to stay that low for very long. It's gonna jump up pretty quick. More infectious than the common cold. I'd say that's pretty good. Yeah, so right now we are, usually at this point you'd be racing to kill everyone and get them infected before, or get everyone infected and killed before the cure gets finished. Before this, see, it's already jumped up to 3 years. But since we're the zombie, what we're going for is we want to try and get this to the center here, so that we can start turning people into zombies, pretty much. And that's why the higher chance of mutations are pretty good, because it means you're not spending those DNA points on the points themselves. You're able to just hold on to them and you just get them for free. So it does look like we are on most land masses. We didn't end up getting to Greenland, but I think most of these other land masses we got to, so that's good. straight away. That's good. So like we're not in this country, but we are in countries touching it. So shouldn't be too hard to get there. So 27, we're gonna go ahead and grab this. And now we are pretty much just gonna focus down on getting into that middle zone. And you can see we are infecting at a pretty quick rate. So popping blue bubbles slows them down, popping red and orange bubbles speeds me up. We got the insomnia trait there. Not what we wanted, but because going down this path is a little bit easier because most of these do help transmission, which is, again, we are still trying to infect more and more people. Because that gets us more DNA points, that gets us more mutations. We still want to, and so you see these red things are popping up. The red outlines are popping up. That is them closing down their land borders. And you can see around, there's like these ones. They have like X's across them. That means that their airports and seaports are closed as well. But since we are already on most places, it's not that big of a deal. 95 days until the cure is finished researching. So not doing too great on that regard, but you can grab this. Cannibalism, like major get. We can hopefully grab it. So something else we could try and do is we can try and get this genetic reshuffle, and that'll put them off of the cure a little bit, send them back just a little bit. Autophagia, so that's eating yourself, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, compulsion to bite or partially devour your own body. Typically fingers or skin. So a lot of open wounds on the people who are infected, oozing a lot of stuff all over the place. Yeah, it's gonna get stuff spread around, so it helps with that. Helps with that infectivity. So the cure is approaching quickly. I'm not sure if we're gonna get this one, but that's okay. It happens. Yeah, but yeah, that's it telling me about this stuff, which I already did grab that way earlier. Yeah, and so this is, you can't cure a zombie. If you get cytopathic reanimation, cure kind of doesn't really have any point, but it doesn't look like we're gonna get there, because like I was saying, that's the one that's down here, and so we have to get at least 2 upgrades, and they've just completed the cure. Don't think it's happening this time, but we could have had some real quick mutations. It's 11, still not quite enough. What is this? Photophobia. Not gonna help me pretty much at all. We're getting down to like the dwindling of numbers. So technically it could get a mutation real quick and then be able to get it still. So I'm gonna turn it to a slower speed and hope that maybe I just get lucky enough. There's a bubble. Still not quite enough. I would have to get, I think it's usually 13 for the actual zombification symptom, but if I don't get that, if I don't get one of these to mutate on their own, I'm out of luck. Yeah, it looks like Pyrochuckle has been eradicated. We got real close though, so So this leads me back to the dilemma I was having earlier of whether or not the Darwinist actually helps. Because it usually gets you noticed a lot sooner, but it also gets you closer. I think I'm gonna go ahead and give it another go with the Darwinist, because like, at worst, I lose again, and that's obviously not that big of a deal. We are the zombie virus sore stroke. That is what we are. So, where should sore stroke start? Since it is, so one of the things, once you start turning people into zombies, one of the things you can do is you can send hordes across places. So I can grab a horde from the UK and send it to Greenland without them needing to use the ports or anything. So it's not that big of a deal if I don't get into there. I think what I want is I just want to get as many people and locations infected as fast as I can. And I think for that, it might make more sense to go somewhere in here, just so I can jump all these land borders. So I'm thinking maybe Germany. It's got a bunch of connecting land borders, and it also has a seaport and an airport. So I think we're gonna be a German disease. Used to cold temperatures. But something else that is worth mentioning, Germany is rich and urban. Meaning that for us to like spread in there like at all well, we are going to need drug resistance. And then since it's urban, we would need to go into here to be able to get all that, but we absolutely don't want to start getting into the mutation upgrades since we have Darwinist, because it's already going to be trying to push us to mutate. So we're going to struggle a little bit, but hopefully it's sort of like a long con play. Hamambe, oh no. Died from unknown causes. It's good that people aren't as upset as last time. Last time, y'all remember that? Crazy. Okay, let's go ahead and grab... We'll grab the saliva path again. And we'll jump into water. It's beginning to spread. It's always good. So I actually think I'm gonna go ahead and save up and get the blood instead of going straight to the water, because we're wanting more of the land border sort of transference rather than going strictly for the ports or the airports or anything like that. Which that's not to say we don't want that. We want to spread however we're gonna spread. I think it's just, it makes more sense to try and get it to spread out from under us. I'm gonna go for this one, and then go ahead and grab cold resistance, and then we'll get some heat resistance next time around. As soon as we get enough. We have infected hundreds. And we are climbing quick. How much was that again? 9. So poor countries are now less vulnerable to disease, which is fine because we got the blood, which helps with poor countries. So it sort of like offsets it. We were going to be really good at it, now we're just sort of like normal about it. We're in Poland to start. Infected thousands, tens of thousands, and we just jumped into a new country. Also, I don't know if you caught the I don't have any DNA points. I can't demutate that. That's rough. What I was saying was whether you caught the little blurbs. I know I didn't stop to read them. I'm sorry, but the red pop-ups are your disease jumping to another country. I don't know if there's like a specific reason the orange ones pop up. I think they just pop up occasionally. So I haven't been noticed yet, but I very much cannot de-evolve that. We are jumping around countries, which is good. This is what I was wanting. Because I think what was wrong with the last one is that we started down on that island, and so the only way we could get off was once someone took a flight, and it's like it's fairly unlikely for someone to get onto a flight sick. So it just kind of made things not go so great. I think we're gonna save up this one. Then get the 12 for it. Because right now we're basically racing against being discovered. So as soon as we get found, that's kind of it. So honestly, the fact that we haven't yet, with that insomnia getting mutated so early on, is crazy. Speak of the devil, I guess. But it's just a minor disease. Not even working on a cure yet. Easy peasy. We're gonna go ahead and grab that. So once they do start working on a cure, it's a little slower. Germany started working on a cure 39 years. Not bad. We just gotta hope we get the numbers. So they're concerned about us. We don't want that. Don't really want that. We're gonna grab this, increase our mutation rate, because now that we're found out, we want to be going. I think this one's usually 25. Alright, grab that one next. And basically we want to get those early, and we want to let those sort of get our symptoms going while we're still working on spreading our infectivity a little bit. Look at that, we got to Iceland and I didn't even need to do anything about it. 12 years. So they are working hard at that cure. 10 years. In case you haven't noticed, it has not been years since they started that. There's an awareness day for it specifically. I guess people weren't taking it seriously because all it really does is make it hard to sleep. Which, I mean, I'm having that right now, and I don't have a zombie disease. Hopefully. I mean, I might. I don't think I do. Hypersalivation? Salivation? That's good. Love that. Cool. Got that going. And I think we just want to grab one of these. It's probably going to be the bats again. Or maybe... Honestly, I think I might do my best to save up and just... That's a big bump to... Because these symptoms are the only things that can mutate. The transmissions can't mutate, and the abilities can't mutate. So I do think it is worth going ahead and getting at least one more transmission-based thing, just to keep us moving, keep us spreading. Because us spreading faster is going to get us DNA points faster. So, we just gotta get... You know, I'm gonna go ahead and get polyphagia, gastroenteritis. Because they're already working on a cure. It's not gonna hinder me at all at this point to start working on pushing for that. It is going quick. How much is the reshuffle? 10? I can almost get that. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and reshuffle. Boom. First reshuffle done, that's gonna drop it. Didn't drop it very much. Did not. I think I might have miffed this one as well. Which, I mean... It's a little embarrassing. I got to zombies the last, like, couple times, but now that I've decided to go show the world, can't do anything. It's rough. Yeah, they're already curing it. Ah. If I just had these two mutations go this way instead, would have had it. Would have had zombies right now. But that's the world. Oh yeah, now you want to go that way. The wrong way. The only thing like cannibalism. But I think it's good. I think I just need to get my RNG. Sore stroke to be eradicated. How unfortunate. I accidentally pressed all the buttons just then. There's nothing I can do. And usually, if it was a different disease, I could devolve stuff and get some back and maybe try and, but I can't do that with this one. It costs DNA to devolve, so the inevitability. Alright, let's try one more. Let's give it one more go. Let's do hypoendemic. Gotta pick. We look good. What if we start in Egypt? Poor, arid, hot. We do have the bonuses to, I think it's arid places. Let's get it. It's got plenty of land borders. It's got a port. It's got an airport. think it'll be good. So we're gonna go straight for this because it's a poor country. Right? Did I just make that up? I might just make that up. No, it is poor. Cool. So, got the blood. That's gonna help it spread in there. We have the natural bonus to arid countries. That's gonna help us out there. It's gonna be easy peasy. Possibly. Probably not. I'm probably gonna lose again. But there's a chance. There's a chance. That's all that we need. I'm gonna go ahead and grab this. Just because I want to start going towards these other things around it. I might even go blood too. I might even go blood too. Because how many of these countries? I guess it makes more sense to do it this way. Poor countries. So, like, most of Africa in this game is poor countries. So, it wouldn't be a terrible thing to just focus down on that. Be like Resident Evil 5. Is Resident Evil 5 take place in Africa? I think that's the plot, right? That's what we should have done. We should have named it. What even was the name of the virus in 5? I was about to say Las Plagas, but that's 4. Oh, sorry. Let's see, I think I am gonna go ahead and grab this. Focus down on that a little bit. And then I think we'll grab Urogenital expansion next. What's that about a fishing boat? Man runs with scissors, 12 hospitalized. Mankini not funny. Expert warns invisible horse riding can cause hair loss. Yikes. CDC says female binge drinking under-recognized problem. I don't know about all that. I'm great at binge drinking. I don't have a problem with it at all. We've moved to the Middle East. That's our first jump. And it was a land border. I'm telling you, getting like starting on an island's good and all for making sure you get to the islands, but land borders are great. Like, I wish you could pick 2. Like, if I could just pick somewhere in Africa and then also like up in Iceland or down in New Guinea. Great. It's a little early for that to pop up, I think, but we're gonna roll with it. See how it flies. Gonna see if I can get gastrointestinal expansion next. Cool. So I think we'll just get these 2 next. Grab this one, and I don't even know if we'll grab one of the ones around it. I think we'll grab that one just... Yeah, look at that, immediately found us. I think we'll grab that one just for the, help with the mutation chance. Jeez, I could not think of words. Already working on a cure? 83 years. I think that's fine. I think I can go 83 years. Grab that. Then we'll save up for... save 25. Right, we never grabbed the... How much does that cost? 9? Yeah, grab it. We want to keep things spreading. Boop, boop, boop. Gotta keep them spreading. Very important. Amateur brain surgeon amazed by demand? Interesting. Okay, so what do we... Right, saving up to 25, still 25, yeah. The I think it's per page, so like buying stuff on the symptom page increases how much the other symptoms cost and so forth. So I was making sure I didn't buy anything that made the price of my transmissions go up. They're not working too hard on this cure, honestly. They're doing great. Go ahead and grab this. Start mutating a little bit. And then I think we ourselves, as the disease, are gonna start pushing. Because we just want to get it. We want to get it to the point. Huge jump in infections down there all of a sudden. It's not the way I wanted you to mutate, but go off. Again, we're trying to go this way. We want to get straight down to this middle one. We just... Huge. Is it 22? 22 DNA points. A year and 124 days? I think we're getting it this time, guys. I think we are, at the very least, getting zombies. So, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and just, like... We're gonna try and spread as much as we can before we jump into zombies. So... people in Sweden. That's up here, right? Oh yeah, all of our infected in Sweden just died. That's okay. So that is 16. I think we'll make it back. So I do think I want to go ahead and increase the infectivity as much as I can real quick. So we're gonna grab that, and then we'll save up the next few to be able to just... People are now experiencing psychosis. But just because I want, when we get to places, I want to be able to actually spread and not just everybody die. So we do have enough to go ahead and get it. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go ahead and buy it since the cure is starting to get up there. What that does is that now unlocks the rest of this. So we're gonna go ahead and grab regenerative activation, which lets you just bring back some dead people as zombies. We're gonna grab the horde, which lets us spread it around easier. And those do cost DNA points. So you can see here, reanimate costs 4, zombie horde costs 4. So I can't do anything yet. So I just got some. What place has nothing? So we'll go ahead and grab, so we will raise some of these dead. Got 28, not a lot. We'll grab them, send them to Canada. So now that horde is gonna spread the zombies. 7 zombies in Canada. That'll help that. And these places are just completely overrun by you. Okay, so we'll go ahead and grab a horde, send them up. Go ahead and grab a horde, send it over. We don't really care about the cure all that much, honestly, at this point. Because we're not looking at the infected anymore, we're looking at zombies. Just flat zombies. Let's go ahead and grab horde mentality. That's gonna make us harder to kill, which is an issue I was running into a lot this last time. Was that I was getting there, but then I was just getting murdered. The Caribbean doesn't have nothing, so we're just gonna send a horde that direction. New Zealand needs something, so you've got a few zombies. Send you. So they are starting to fight back a little bit. A lot of things are done. So let's go ahead and let's grab this. It's gonna make them fall apart slower. Bigger hordes, and we're also gonna make our hordes go faster. Landing in the Caribbean. Let's go ahead and raise some zombies there. Send more of them into Russia. How's Canada doing? Good, unfortunately. So there's a lot of dead things here, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. Brings us a lot more zombies. Lovely. So we need some zombies here, so we'll grab some turkey, send them across water. So zombies are gonna start starving in Turkey, so just want to grab as many of those as we can and just sort of send them about. There's no use in letting them starve. Let's see. Argentina, send some zombies from there out to these other places. How's America looking? A lot of dead. Go ahead and raise some. Send them up to Canada. Oh. That's not good. So... Oof. What does this do? Zombies to bloat. Horde can drift in sea currents, significantly increasing ocean travel speed, improving movement speed. Grab that one. That makes this where they pretend to be dead until people walk up to them, which helps. This helps bring back more. Break down the skin of the corpse, provide nutrients. Now this reanimation of severely mutilated corpses, so we'll be able to bring even more back. Cool. So again, we just want to be grabbing as many as we can from these places and just sending them anywhere else. So that means that they built like a little base there. I don't like that very much. You know what? United States, can I? No. So they can't like cross land. If they hit a land, then they're hitting the land. So I think we can spare a few zombies from there. We need to get over into there. Don't set up a new base. Finland. Hopefully those hordes do something. So as you can see here, everybody sent there died. So that's what those bases are really good at, just killing everyone off. How's this going? So that's going pretty well. We're gonna go ahead and raise some more zombies there. See if we can keep. Ooh, oh, God. Greenland was just gone in a second. Crazy. Go over there. America, go up there. Just more DNA, or more things being... Oh, we need to focus down there as well. Strong in Iceland. Oh no, that's not Iceland. Iceland's over here. They sure are. Hate to see them. But we need to focus on getting things set up. So we're gonna see if we can... $49? It's not bad. Are they just gonna kill them all off? Looks like it. But if we can keep growing in these other places, we might actually stand a chance. As you can see, we are still... So we can just keep it up. We just need to get everything sort of unchill for them. There's no zombies left there. Some zombies back there. Oh, New Guinea. Where's New Guinea? Damn. Crazy. Good thing I just took a bunch of zombies out of there, huh? Where are you about to set up base? Central America? No, in the Caribbean. What if instead just make a bunch of zombies there? That's Canada. You've actually got survivors? Crazy. You've got zombies spreading. Just want to keep them spreading. Everybody's dead in here. That's fine. Should land here? Let's not, actually. Like, if you could stop doing that, that'd be great. They've almost got, all the zombies are gone out of there. I don't know what I'm supposed to do to fix that. I guess I should have been focusing on combat advantage more. Jeez. Oh, we were so close with this one too. We are still gaining, I guess, in like places like these. Yeah, we are slowly, but we just, there's no way. Well, something's going on in Russia. What is happening? Like, keep it up, fellas. Wow. 18 million. 9 million. So we're gonna grab the zombies from Central America and just send them. Just send them. It's not doing much, but I wonder. Grab zombies from there. Do we just? Oh, don't land there. Okay, we still have majority in the Philippines though. They are killing us very, very quickly. Just need to try and get... People are getting fevers now. How's this going over here? Got them all. Crazy. Canada? Still infected. Love to see it. Oh, the Philippines. Ah, we're not getting that quick anymore. As soon as they land a base. Insane. And they're cleaning up here as well. I think I want to bring zombies back to New Guinea. Don't you go to New Guinea. They're so mean to me. They're so mean to me. You know what? There's some zombies left there. Let's see if we can go help them. Oh, they're all gone. I just... Oh, it's so... All my zombies. I worked so hard to make all of those. I don't understand how I'm supposed to fight back the bases at all. I guess just giving them more and more combat advantage, but I gave it my best. We got real close. We got really close. We almost had him that time, guys. That's really rough. Over 7.5 billion dead in my zombie outbreak. I think that's pretty good. I think that is pretty good. Like, let's take a look, shall we? We've got all these countries completely dead. Peru, Argentina, Bolivia, Central America, Mexico, United States, Greenland, the UK, Spain, France, the Balkan states, Germany, Sweden, Russia, Ukraine, Turkey, Morocco, West Africa, Algeria, Libya, Central Africa, South Africa, Botswana, Zimbabwe, Madagascar, East Africa, Sudan, Egypt, Middle East, Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Iran, Kazakhstan, Central Asia, Afghanistan, Pakistan, India, China, Korea, Japan, Southeast Asia, and New Zealand, all completely wiped out. Not a single living person left. I think that's pretty good. And I don't think I left a single place without any dead. Like, everywhere at least had a little bit of death. Not a single place was left unscathed. Baltic states got out the best, apparently. they had the smallest ratio of death. We almost had them, and that was the closest I've gotten. So there's that at least. They wipe out the last of my zombies. Hypo-endemic to be eradicated. Defeat. So we did pretty well. In total, it was just shy of 1,100 days. We spread pretty quick. Killed a lot of people. I don't think that was that bad of a run. It was certainly a lot better than I was hoping for previously, but didn't quite get there in the end. It happens. Gosh, it really was just as soon as they would land a base, it was over. I wonder if there's some way to prevent them from getting those bases down. Maybe if I have a wider spread before the zombification starts. But even then, they get their bases down and they wipe me out. You hate to see it. Well, it is now about 4:30 in the morning. I probably should be trying to get some sleep. No idea if it's gonna work, but I'm gonna give it a shot. I know nobody actually came and watched this, but I had fun with it. I might do it a little more often. See you around Twitch.